Welcome, chosen ones. Many are called, but few are chosen. If you're here, it's not by accident. You're not just another face in the crowd. You're one of the chosen ones. The kind of person who's been through hell and back, yet somehow you're still standing, stronger and wiser. Life hasn't been kind, but that's because your journey is different. You weren't built for ordinary things. You were built to shake the foundation of this world. God's favor on your life isn't a handout. It's a badge of honor, earned through your trials, your resilience, and your refusal to quit when everything was stacked against you. You've faced rejection, betrayal, and isolation, not because you're unworthy, but because you're being set apart for something extraordinary. This is your moment to step into your calling, to embrace the power that's been inside you all along. Watch this video and discover why you are unstoppable, why no obstacle, no enemy, and no circumstance can keep you from what's meant for you. Your time is now. Let's get started. Number 12. You are living proof of God's power. Your life is a walking, breathing testament to God's power. Every challenge you've overcome, every door that's opened for you, every moment where it seemed like the odds were against you, and yet you still emerged victorious. These are the undeniable signs of divine favor. People look at you in awe, trying to figure out how you do it. They see the obstacles you've faced and the storms you've weathered, and they can't help but ask, how? The only answer is simple. God's favor is on you. You are living proof that when God's hand is on someone, no force in this world can stop them. It doesn't matter how impossible the situation looks, how much adversity you face, or how hard people try to knock you down. You keep rising, stronger and more determined than ever, because God's power is backing you up every step of the way. This isn't about your strength or your ability. It's about His presence in your life. Your journey is proof that God is real, that He's present, and that He is deeply invested in each one of His chosen ones. You're not just surviving, you're thriving because His favor is on you in ways that defy explanation. The world can't understand it, but they can see it, and that's exactly why you're unstoppable. Number 11. You don't need a crowd. You carry the power of one. In a world where people crave crowds and alliances to feel powerful, you've learned a profound truth. You don't need a crowd because you carry the power of one. While others scramble for validation and strength in numbers, you've realized that your purpose doesn't rely on anyone else to succeed. God's favor on your life is so profound that what others need entire teams to accomplish, you can achieve on your own. This isn't arrogance, it's alignment. You operate on a different frequency, one that doesn't require the approval or assistance of a collective. While people around you waste time trying to rally support or convince others to follow, you've quietly mastered the art of moving forward alone. This isn't because you're antisocial or unapproachable. It's because your calling operates on a higher level, one that most people can't comprehend. The power of one isn't about isolation. It's about focus. Crowds often bring noise, distractions, and diluted vision, but walking your path alone allows you to stay true to your purpose. You're not slowed down by competing agendas or weighed down by the need to please others. Instead, you move with clarity, efficiency, and purpose, knowing that you're equipped to handle the journey without relying on external validation. God's favor means you're never truly alone. What seems impossible to others becomes second nature to you because you're working with a strength and wisdom that's not of this world. While others hesitate, needing assurance from the crowd, you step forward with confidence, knowing you're enough. The power of one is more than a mindset. It's the proof that your purpose doesn't depend on numbers. You carry everything you need within you, and that's why you're unstoppable. Number 10. You're built for warfare, not comfort. Let's get one thing straight. Favor isn't about making life easier. It's not some golden ticket to avoid pain or struggle. Instead, it's your divine training ground for battle. While others pray for a life of comfort, you've been given something far greater, the strength to thrive in the middle of chaos. You're not here to sit back and coast through life. You're here to confront and conquer the challenges most people wouldn't even dare to face. You've been through things that would break others, not because you're unlucky, but because you're built for it. Every setback, every heartbreak, and every obstacle has been part of your preparation. God didn't design you to be a victim of your circumstances. He designed you to rise above them. When others look for an escape, you dig in and fight, knowing that the struggle isn't there to destroy you. It's there to refine you. Comfort has never been your goal. You've been conditioned to see challenges not as barriers but as opportunities to grow stronger, sharper, and more resilient. This warrior mindset is what sets you apart. While others crumble under pressure, you stand firm, equipped with the grit and grace that only favor can provide. Your life isn't easy because it's not supposed to be. Easy doesn't create warriors, adversity does. And you've been shaped into someone who doesn't just survive battles, but thrives in them. Favor doesn't shield you from the fight. It arms you for victory. You're not here to settle for comfort. You're here to conquer the very mountains others fear to climb. That's what makes you unstoppable. You don't avoid the battlefield, you own it. And that's why no circumstance can ever defeat you. Number 9. Your vision terrifies small-minded people. Let's call it what it is. Your vision is intimidating. The dreams God has placed in you aren't ordinary. And that's exactly why they rattle small-minded people. It's not that your ideas are flawed or unrealistic. It's that they shine a light on just how limited others have been thinking. Your boldness exposes their complacency, and that's a discomfort most people would rather avoid. People will mock you, not because you're wrong, but because you make them question the boundaries they've set for themselves. It's easier for them to tear you down than to face the possibility that they've been living in a cage of their own making. Criticism becomes their weapon of choice because it's less painful for them to belittle your dreams than to confront their own fears. But their opinions don't define your purpose. Their small thinking doesn't shrink the size of your vision. If anything, their resistance is confirmation that you're onto something extraordinary. Big visions have always terrified small minds because they demand growth, courage, and change, and not everyone is ready for that. You weren't chosen to think small or play it safe. Your ideas are meant to disrupt, inspire, and challenge the status quo. The discomfort you cause isn't a problem. It's a sign of progress. You're showing people what's possible when faith and ambition collide, and not everyone will be ready to follow. That's fine, because your vision wasn't meant for everyone. Stay the course. Let them mock. Let them criticize. Let them doubt. Every step you take toward your dream is a reminder that you're operating on a level they can't yet comprehend. And one day the same people who tried to pull you down will look up and see how far you've gone without them. Number 8. You speak truth in a world addicted to lies. In a world where lies are dressed up as truth and deception is the norm, you stand as a bold exception. You don't play along, sugarcoat, or turn a blind eye just to keep the peace. As a chosen one, you've been given the courage to call out what everyone else avoids. It's not an easy path, but it's the one you're built for. Speaking truth in a world addicted to lies isn't just a choice for you, it's a calling. You disrupt comfort zones and challenge traditions not because you want to create chaos, but because you refuse to let complacency win. While others are content to follow outdated rules and flawed systems, you hold people and ideas accountable. You're not afraid to ask hard questions, expose hypocrisy, or shine a light on what's hidden in the shadows. That's why God's favor rests on you, because He knows you'll wield the truth with wisdom and purpose. This isn't about being right or winning arguments, it's about bringing clarity to a world that thrives on confusion. Lies might be popular, but truth is powerful, and you understand the difference. Your words carry weight because they're not rooted in ego. They're anchored in something much deeper. Yes, your truth-telling will make people uncomfortable. It will upset the system, ruffle feathers, and attract criticism. But that's exactly why you're needed. You're not here to blend in or conform. You're here to disrupt, to challenge, and to lead others toward something better. Truth is your weapon, and you wield it with the precision of someone who knows its value. This is why you're favored, because you have the audacity to speak what others won't, and the wisdom to do it for the right reasons. Number 7. You're unstoppable because you refuse to settle. You're unstoppable, not because you have some special power, but because you refuse to settle for anything less than your best. The favor on your life doesn't allow mediocrity. While others grow complacent, content to cruise through life without pushing boundaries, you're always striving for more. more growth, more purpose, more impact. This hunger inside of you isn't born from greed. It's a divine drive that keeps you aligned with your true potential. The world may try to convince you that you should be satisfied with what you have, that you've reached enough, but deep down you know better. Settling would mean giving up on the calling that's been placed on your life, and you're not the type to do that. You understand that complacency is the enemy of progress, so instead of resting on your laurels, you're constantly looking for ways to elevate yourself. Whether it's learning something new, pushing past your comfort zone, or expanding your impact, you refuse to stop growing. This isn't about trying to prove something to others, it's about fulfilling the potential that God has placed in you. Your hunger for more is a gift, a constant reminder that you are capable of far more than you may even realize. It's a tool that drives you to keep going, even when the world would have you stop. You're not just looking for success, you're looking for significance, and the favor on your life ensures that you'll never be satisfied with anything less than your fullest potential. Number 6. Your presence demands attention without seeking it. You don't need to shout or make noise to be noticed. The favor on your life speaks for itself. It's not about trying to command attention, it's about the energy you bring into every space. When you walk into a room, people can feel it. The atmosphere shifts and they can't help but take notice. Not because you're seeking the spotlight, but because your presence demands it. There's something undeniable about the way you carry yourself. A quiet power that commands respect without a single word. Your confidence isn't loud or brash. It's steady, rooted in who you are, not what you need from others. It's in the way you move, the way you speak, the way you hold space. People can sense it long before you say anything. You're someone who knows their worth, and that certainty resonates in everything you do. It's not arrogance, it's the reflection of a divine favor that doesn't need to be flaunted. You don't have to make a spectacle of yourself because the favor you carry shines through your actions, your energy, and the very way you walk through the world. You are the example, the living testament to what it means to embody purpose and power without having to prove anything. Your mere existence shifts things, and that's the kind of presence that can't be ignored. Number 5. You've been chosen to survive what others wouldn't even attempt. Life hasn't exactly handed you a map with shortcuts and clear instructions. Instead, you've been tossed into situations that felt impossible to navigate, surrounded by chaos that would make anyone else crumble. But here you are, still standing, still fighting, still rising. That's no accident. You've been chosen to survive what most wouldn't even dare to face. Every trial, every setback, every moment that felt like the end was actually a test, a divine way of shaping you into someone unbreakable. Others see the fire and run, terrified of the heat, but not you. You don't just endure the flames, you move through them like you've mastered the art of surviving the impossible. And you have. Each scar you carry is proof of battles won, proof that you're built differently, proof that God's favor rests on you in ways most people can't understand. Your strength isn't just about grit, it's about purpose. You've been entrusted with challenges because God knows you can handle them, even when you don't think you can. That fire you walk through, it's not punishment, it's preparation. While others are too scared to even step close, you're in the thick of it, becoming someone they'll look to when their own worlds fall apart. This isn't about luck, and it's not about being better than anyone else. It's about being chosen to rise above, to show the world what's possible when faith, resilience, and divine favor collide. The flames were never meant to destroy you, they were meant to reveal you. And now, every step you take is proof that you are unstoppable. Not because life is easy, but because you've made it through what others wouldn't even dare to face. Number 4. You're an unseen asset in a world obsessed with appearances. In a world where everyone is busy chasing likes, applause, and fleeting moments of recognition, you stand apart. You're not interested in putting on a show or pretending to be something you're not. While others spend their energy crafting a picture-perfect image, you're quietly building something real. God's favor on your life isn't loud or flashy. It's steady, deliberate, and undeniable. Your value isn't found in how many people notice you, it's in what you bring to the table when no one's looking. While others are chasing validation from the crowd, you're focused on doing the hard, unseen work that actually matters. You're developing the kind of grit and character that can't be faked, the kind of depth that superficial success will never match. That's the real power of being an unseen asset. Your strength is rooted in what's real, not what's temporary. God isn't concerned with appearances, and neither are you. The favor on your life works quietly, building you from the inside out, shaping you into something far greater than any applause could ever define. You're not here to impress people, you're here to make an impact that lasts. The world might not notice you right away, but when they do, it will be impossible to ignore what you've become. You thrive in the unseen spaces because that's where real growth happens. While others burn themselves out trying to be seen, you've been preparing in silence. When the time comes, it won't matter how many followers someone has or how perfect they appear to be. What will matter is the unshakable foundation you've built while no one was watching. And when that moment arrives, the world will finally see what God has known all along. You were never made for the spotlight. You were made to shine far beyond it. Number 3. You're a magnet for opposition because your calling threatens the system. Let's not sugarcoat it. Being chosen comes with a price. Favor isn't a free pass to an easy life, it's a target on your back. The moment you step into your purpose, opposition finds you. People don't need to understand your calling to sense that you're different, and that difference shakes them. It's not just jealousy, it's fear. Your existence challenges the systems, beliefs, and comfort zones they've built their lives around. You're not just walking a path, you're carving one that disrupts the status quo. That makes people uncomfortable because it forces them to confront their own limitations. They'll criticize, doubt, and even try to sabotage you, not because you're wrong, but because your success proves they've been settling for less. Resistance isn't a sign you're failing. It's confirmation that you're doing something powerful enough to be noticed by forces that thrive on keeping people stuck. The obstacles you face aren't random. They're intentional. When you threaten the system, whether it's societal norms, cultural expectations, or even the comfort zones of those around you, you become a magnet for pushback. But here's the truth. Opposition is a sign that you're on the right track. If you weren't disrupting anything, no one would care. Your calling was never meant to fit in. It was meant to stand out. And that's exactly why you face resistance. It's proof that your purpose is bigger than you imagined. So don't let the critics, setbacks, or doubters make you second-guess yourself. They're not obstacles. They're signs that you're shaking the foundation of something outdated and making room for something greater. Keep going, because every step forward is a victory over the system that was never built to hold someone like you. Number 2, you don't chase opportunities. Opportunities chase you. When God's favor is on you, the grind looks different. You're not out here clawing for attention or scrambling to prove yourself. You don't chase opportunities because they find their way to you. While others hustle to secure their place, you've learned the power of alignment. What's meant for you doesn't need force. It flows naturally because it's part of your divine design. The world teaches people to beg for a seat at the table, but you don't operate that way. You've discovered that when you're walking in your purpose, the right doors don't just open. They swing wide as if they've been waiting for you. It's not arrogance, it's understanding that God's timing is always perfect. You don't have to fit into a space that wasn't meant for you. You don't hustle to belong because the spaces that align with your calling are already being prepared. This isn't about laziness or entitlement. It's about moving differently. You work hard, but you work smart, knowing that effort without purpose leads to exhaustion. You've stopped chasing because you've learned the power of standing still in faith. Opportunities don't pass you by, they circle back, drawn by the energy of someone who is exactly where they're meant to be. Your life doesn't revolve around proving your worth to others. Instead, you let your authenticity, your purpose, and God's favor speak for you. The universe adjusts to your alignment, not the other way around. This is why you don't need to hustle to be seen or force your way into spaces. What's meant for you recognizes you, seeks you out, and waits for you to arrive. And when you step through those open doors, it's clear that you didn't just get there. You were always meant to be there. Number 1, you've been trained in silence to dominate in public. While the world is busy showcasing their progress and shouting their wins from the rooftops, you've been quietly honing your skills in the shadows. Behind closed doors where no one is watching, you've been mastering your craft with relentless focus and dedication. The late nights, the failures, the frustration, none of it has been for show. It's all been part of a process that's been preparing you for what's coming. The world doesn't see the sweat, the tears, or the quiet battles you fought alone. But when it's your time to step out, they'll see the results, and they won't know what hit them. Your silence has been your strength. While others were distracted by applause and validation, you were building something far more powerful, an unshakable foundation. You understand that true growth happens in the unseen moments, where the work is done without any external acknowledgement. You didn't need a crowd to validate your progress because your purpose is stronger than the need for recognition. When your moment comes, it won't be a fluke. It will be the culmination of everything you've done in the silence. People will be caught off guard by your sudden rise, questioning how you achieved so much in so little time. They won't see the years of quiet preparation. It will just seem like you came out of nowhere, dominating in a way they can't comprehend. But you know the truth. Your dominance is the result of hours spent alone, perfecting what others were too distracted to notice. When the world sees your success, they'll wonder where you came from, but you'll know you've always been here, silently training to make your mark. In conclusion, let me tell you something real. Being chosen isn't just a title, it's a responsibility. God's favor on your life means you're set apart for something greater, something the world may not always understand. You've walked through fire, faced storms that would have broken others, and still here you are, unstoppable. That's no accident. That's God saying, I have a plan for you. You're not here to fit in or follow the crowd. You're here to break barriers, challenge norms, and create impact. Your struggles, they've been your training ground. Your isolation, that's been your preparation. And your success? It's not just for you. It's a living testament to what God can do through someone who refuses to settle. But don't stop now. Keep pushing, keep growing, and keep stepping into the favor that's been placed on your life. The world needs what you carry, so don't shrink back and don't doubt your worth. You've been chosen for a reason, and no one else can fulfill your calling but you. If this resonates with you, if you feel that fire in your soul, don't keep this journey to yourself. Subscribe to this channel and join a community of people who get it, who see the bigger picture, and who are walking this path with you. Together, we're unstoppable. And remember, when God's favor is on you, no one can take it away. Let's keep going. God bless.